Enter Founding Neverland. So hello, Katja. Thanks for taking the time.
Hello.
For those who don't know who you are, can you briefly introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. My name is Katja, and I'm the owner of a Freezbi agency. This is an agency that's stationed in Slovenia, but mostly we work on the Adriatic region, also Croatia and Serbia.
Mm-hmm. And what's the vision of your agency?
The vision is to stay in front of every other agency, to create good projects, and to be one of the top agencies in our country.
Mm-hmm. So the first year of a business is always the one that defines what the company stands for and that creates sort of the narrative, the myth of a company. Is that the case for your agency? And what was year one like for you?
For me, the story is a little bit different because I had a previous agency before this one, which I ran for 14 years, and then I created a new one because of a different story. And so my first year, if I say like 16 years back now, it's not the year that defined my agency, but it was the year that taught me a lot of things: how to work, how to behave, how to be proactive, what to do on the marketing network. But if you look at it now, let's say my first year in the new agency where I've learned a lot of things, I can say that it's the year that defined new goals and new strategies we will use to conquer bigger clients that we used to have before. So the first year was a struggle for us to show them that we are as big as other agencies, that we can work also on other markets, not only on local market. And yes, maybe we can say defined our path from which we're walking on now.
Mm-hmm. And how has the agency model evolved ever since?
The agency model, we're not a specialized agency. We're a full-service marketing agency, but this doesn't mean that we do everything. There are fields that we are a little bit of specialized, like maybe we work mostly in the industry market or some fashion also. But our goal for the future also is maybe to become a specialized agency. Slovenia is a small country. I don't know, you probably know. We're only 2.5 million of population.
And very beautiful.
Thank you. So when you're working in a marketing section, when you have a client, usually they say we want everything in-house in one agency. It's different than some of other markets. This is why specialization in our country is a little bit difficult, and it's not that profitable for agencies.
Mm-hmm. Looking back now, is there a project or a decision that you made that you would approach differently today?
Well, I think, of course, sometimes we do mistakes. We lose a client, we think, oh, we should have done something differently. We lose an employee and we're angry because we thought he worked really well. But my vision always is that something happens for a reason. This means that when you lose a client, first you're angry and you say, oh, I should have changed that. But then after 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, you see that you lose that client for a reason. You get a bigger one, a new one from that field, and it's even better to work with. And the same with the employees. So looking back now on everything, I wouldn't have changed a single thing. I think it defined me, it defined the agency and the work we do now.
Mm-hmm. And can you define a special breakthrough moment that you had with the agency?
Yes, I think the breakthrough moment was when I decided to sell my older agency and to create a new one with a new business partner, because the previous agency didn't share anymore the same vision as I had. And I decided to create a new one with the person who understands my vision, who had the same goal as I have, and who just supported me in everything what I wanted to achieve in the market. And it was a really good decision, which is now shown in the growth of our agency, because we are focusing on more than 100% of our growth in since last 2 years. So I think that this is a moment that I will cherish, and I think it was a good decision, a hard one, but a very brave one.
Making a completely fresh start.
Yes.
Yeah. And what would you say makes your agency unique?
What it makes us unique, we do it by heart. But I know that this is a little bit, everybody says we do it by heart, we do the most quality work. But the difference is that I think that relationships are really important. How you treat your client, how you treat your employees. So if you have good relations, if you have energy between yourselves, then this is what makes you unique. And my belief is still that if you have a good energy wherever you come, to an event or to a client to represent a story, the energy will save you. So I think that the energy in our agency is what makes us different.
Mm-hmm. And when it comes to projects, it's the best thing is always when they're both fun and profitable, but it's not always possible. So how do you juggle that?
It's not always possible. No, sometimes you work for clients that have a really boring topic, like, don't get me wrong, older people, stuff that are really something from the industry. It's not even sexy. It's not creative. And we're always laughing in the agency with our designers and the whole team that they cannot always work on quality projects that upscale them or show them as something really
bring the sexiness.
Yes, the sexiness. How do we scale with that? Is usually we say when you work on 2 or 3, this kind of, we call them hard projects, then you receive a soft, better project, a sexy project that you can work on and you can enjoy on it. But for me, the not sexy projects are the most challenging. So if you can, from a really difficult and boring topic, create it interesting, sexy as we can say, then you do a really good job. If you cannot do that, then maybe you're not ready for a good marketing agency work or something like that. So.
And the sense of achievement is even bigger afterwards.
Yes, it's even bigger. And if the results are good and if the people say, wow, you made this story really creative and I've seen it everywhere. And then I started to think about this. We just had now a project, it's regarding the kidney disease. Kidney diseases are not attractive at all. But we created a really good project that showed that from boring topic, you can create something different. And I think, as you mentioned, the achievement and the satisfaction at the end is much, much better.
Mm-hmm. And how do you measure the success of your projects and your agency as a whole?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have KPIs. So the project can be successful on several levels. One is if it's concluded without any complications. Second one is if we achieve all the KPIs that we stationed during the project. This means all the reach, impressions, visibility of the project. And the third is the income of the project. So there are several things and they need to be tracked during the project, not at the end. This is when we're talking about campaigns. If we talk about event management, which is a really huge part of our agency, a project is successful when the event goes smoothly. There is no complications and the client comes at the end and says, you really do your job well. So I think that measuring things is good not only for the agency, for the statue of the agency, but also for the people that work there. If they see that they have achieved something, then they feel good about it. If they see a reward for that, they also feel even better. So,
And what advice would you give to someone who's looking into starting an agency today?
Well, the market today is totally different than it was in the years when I started because everything is on hand. You can go online and get a lot of things. You know that you have small people, freelancers all over the world. They can create design in 5 minutes for €5. So it's difficult, but my advice would be to just go for it. If you believe in the story you have in your head, either if you're specialized or not, if you like what you do, then this is the best way to just go for it. For me, marketing and agency work was never a job. It was a pleasure. It was a hobby. It is a pleasure. It is a hobby. And I think that when you look at it that way, and you're not just focusing on money and how to become famous and everybody will know you. And a lot of people say marketing world is all about parties and having fun. It's really, really hard work. And when you're prepared for that, to work hard, to focus on what you have set for your goals and to love what you do, then there is no worries. You will achieve it.
Okay, nice mission statement.
Yes.
So looking into the future, what dreams and goals would you like to achieve next?
I've achieved a lot. There is My dreams were to have a really nice family. I have it. I have to say, check. To live well, I do. I as I mentioned, I don't think I go to job. I think I go to pleasure every day, although it's hard work. But for me, maybe it would be that the agency could run without me. That I can go and just leave I like to travel. To live for 6 months or 1 year to go somewhere, and when I come back, that the agency would still be on top, that the people would be satisfied. That will maybe be for one day my dream, but otherwise, I think that I'm living a dreamy world. I cannot complain.
Thank you so much, Katja.
Thank you.
Enter Founding Neverland.